Let's
right
go.
when someone's in the middle of telling their story, interrupt them with a random question about something that happened before their story.
Because they just made an origin story. So now, while they're making an origin story and making up for said origin story, now they got to go all the way back. Yeah. How to spot a liar instantly. Let's see it.
What if I told you that right now, someone close to you is planning to lie to you today?
I would tell you that you're absolutely correct. I would say you're not lying. Like, dead ass, I'm gonna be 100. There's people out there that, genuinely speaking, will lie to you about anything. And I do mean anything. This one you can leave in. This is the truest story. And the nigga who knows who I'm talking about. I get online one time, chat. Swear to God, someone strike me if I'm lying outside of the specific item. You'll see where I'm going. I get online, I'm like, yo, bro, you smacking like shit on the mic. What you eating? Bruh says pizza. I FaceTimed the nigga. 2 minutes later,
There's rice on his plate!
and it's just like, my nigga, why? Why? Like, literally, what did that accomplish? There's people that, so when I say, yeah, if you told me someone's lying and preparing to, I believe you. People just lie for no reason. Not even that is necessarily effective, just for zero reason. I wish I was making that up. I could call like 4 different niggas to confirm it because it was a packed party. And everybody's like, dog, what the fuck? Why did he say that shit?
And here's the scary part. You probably won't even notice.
That's true.
Most people get lied to 200 times every single day without knowing it. But
Yep, especially if we get real technical with it. I knew you would say that. Oh, my bad, I didn't mean it. Those probably add up to 10 a day.
what if you could flip the script? What if you could become like a human lie detector and catch every single lie before you get fooled?
Talk to me.
Here's what nobody tells you about lying. It's not just about catching bad people. Your best friend might lie about where they went last night.
Correct.
Your family might lie about eating your leftovers.
Correct.
Even your boss might lie about why your project got rejected.
Correct.
The truth is, everyone lies, and if you can't spot it, you're living in a world of fake stories. But here's the good news. Secret agents and detectives have been using hidden tricks to catch liars for years, and today I'm going to teach you their most powerful secrets.
Are we becoming feds?
By the end of this video, you'll know exactly when someone is lying to you, even before they finish talking.
I ain't gonna lie, no, I do have that quirk already. I'm sorry. And I ain't gonna lie, is a huge tip. Take it away, YouTuber!
Start with the magic question trick. Most people ask terrible questions that make lying super easy, like asking, "Did you have fun last night?" That's way too simple to lie about. But here's what smart detectives do instead. They ask questions that make liars sweat. Instead of, "Did you go out last night?" try this. "What made you stay out so late last night?" See the difference? You're not asking if they went out, you're assuming they did and stayed late. Now they have to either tell the truth or make up a whole story.
Correct. Yeah, that's how honestly you get like shit drawn to light all the fucking time. You can get crazy dirt on motherfuckers. I've been caught in this situation. I've been thinking that someone was told something, so fuck it. I might as well let the cat out the bag. And the whole time, no, they just took a shot for it and bang, that motherfucker went in the net. Yeah, this definitely works, unironically.
Making up stories is where liars always mess up.
Yeah, because every story has to continuously flow, especially with the more names you bring into said story. And everyone has to confirm every detail of every said story. Otherwise, you get somebody be like, "No, what you talking about, bro? This happened instead of that." And yep.
But wait, there's a twist coming that'll blow your mind.
Talk to me.
This next trick is called the 5-second rule, and it's like having superpowers.
Okay.
When you ask someone a question, watch them like a hawk for exactly 5 seconds.
Okay.
Not 6, not 4, exactly 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, talk to me.
Why? Because that's when their brain is fighting the hardest. After 5 seconds, they've had time to think of a good lie. But in those first 5 seconds, their body tells the truth, even when their mouth doesn't.
Right.
Look for these signs. They touch their face, look away, pause too long, or their voice gets weird. One
Right.
sign means nothing. But if you see 2 or more signs in those 5 seconds, boom, you've caught them.
Yeah, like when I'm bullshitting and it's intentional I'm bullshitting, like my people know I'm a troll. I'll like get into like a high-pitched voice or something. But if I'm like, some shit like that, then either I am really just being funny or I'm lying my fucking ass off or some shit. And obviously every time I lie, I don't do this, but you know.
Here's the crazy part.
I never lied ever.
This works even on people who think they're good liars.
Oh, yeah.
But the next trick is even more powerful. This one's called the baseline trick.
Okay.
And it's what FBI agents use. Before you ask any tricky questions, watch how the person acts normally. Notice their voice, how they sit, how they move their hands. This is their normal mode.
Right.
Once you know how they act when they're relaxed, you can spot when something changes. If someone who usually looks you in the eye suddenly stares at the floor, that's a red flag. If someone who talks fast suddenly talks slow,
You're
something's
thinking.
up. It's like having a secret code that only
If someone is really, really, really nice all the time, and then you ask a question, they get really mean, vice versa. This is definitely for foolproof.
you can read. But here's where it gets really sneaky. The double check trap is genius. Ask about the same thing twice, but in different ways. First ask, you went to the movies yesterday, right? Then, 10 minutes later, ask, what movie did you see yesterday? Liars forget what they said the first time. They might say, yes, I went to the movie.
Some liars, I'm about to say now, if you get caught by this, you kind of shit. But some people are ass, so fair. I think the key to catching a liar, even if you think some of these tips are ass, is to just keep shooting, because they have to keep up a made-believe story.
And then later
So you just
say,
keep going.
I didn't see any movie. Boom, caught. Truth tellers stay consistent because they're remembering real events.
Exactly.
Liars are remembering fake stories.
Exactly.
And fake stories are hard to keep straight. But wait until you see this next trick.
Okay.
It's almost like magic. Here's the word trick that catches almost everyone. When people lie, they use wishy-washy words like maybe, I think, probably, or I guess. They do this because they're scared of getting caught in a firm lie. Instead of saying, I was at home, they say,
I think I was at home.
I was probably at home. See how weak that sounds? They're giving themselves an escape route.
Oh, no, I wasn't at home. I was
these
actually over
weak
here.
words.
Yeah, that's tough.
Especially when someone's telling you something important. If they can't say it with confidence, maybe they're not telling the truth.
Yep.
The topic swip trick is my favorite.
This is easy.
When
That was
someone's
free tip.
lying and you're getting close to the truth, they'll suddenly try to change the subject. They might say something like, hey, did you see that funny video? Or,
No, I didn't, bro.
I forgot to tell you about.
No, I didn't, bro.
This is
I don't
their
care,
brain's
bro. I'm
panic
good.
button. They're
I had a
trying to
question.
run away from the conversation because they're scared you'll figure out the lie. When this happens, gently bring them back to the original topic.
Nah, fuck gently. I ain't gonna lie. I disagree with that nigga. There ain't no gaslighting over here either. I'm 10 toes, never fold. I'm gonna go be like, nah, bro, I'm good, bro. So what was the question? Go ahead, answer that question for me, bro. After that, you can tell me all day. I had a question real quick. Hold on, no. And if that nigga get mad, nigga lying all day, every day. I don't give a fuck.
Hi, I'm Karthu from the content you've seen stolen on this stream, and you're watching TSO Sage.
Say something like, we can talk about that later.
No, I'm
but
good.
First, tell me more about... Watch how uncomfortable they get. Here's the interrupt trick that's almost unfair.
Let's
Right
go.
when someone's in the middle of telling their story, interrupt them with a random question about something that happened before their story. Like if they're saying, so I went to the store and bought milk.
Right.
You jump in with, wait, what were you doing right before you decided to go to the store? This messes up their brain
that'll
because
fuck 'em
lying
up.
takes a lot
Because
of
they just made an origin story. So now, while they're making an origin story and making up shit for said origin story, now they got to go all the way back. Yeah.
When you interrupt,
Yeah, this
you force
guy's
them to
good.
juggle two things at
This
once.
guy's good. I like
their
this.
fake story and your new question. Most liars can't handle this and either get confused or start telling a completely different story. The last trick is the fake detail trap. Slip a wrong detail into the conversation and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, this
like
is layup. Yeah.
saying you said it was raining that day, but even though they never mentioned rain. Someone telling the truth will correct you immediately. No, it wasn't raining.
Yeah.
But liars often go along with your fake detail.
That's how
because
you
they're
know, but you
afraid
don't say that
correcting
you-
will
yeah.
make their whole story fall apart.
You don't then go immediately, aha. I mean, you can, depending on the conversation. But in that moment, you just kind of like keep that mental, be like, yeah, this nigga's lying.
There you have it. 7 powerful ways to catch anyone in a lie. Remember, combine these tricks with your gut feeling. If something feels off, it probably is.
I ain't
Try
gonna lie. That shit was demonoid. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was demonoid. Okay. All right. I like that. Well, had to do some homework, chat. All right. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm tired. Take care. Stay blessed. See you boys later today.